Hey everybody, this is Josh, and welcome to Game 4 in a Best of 5 series being played between DdoRo, the purple Protoss, down here in the bottom right corner, and his opponent, FXO tgun, the pink Zerg, up in the top left corner. So we do have cross positions once again here on this big old GSL map, which has been modified by Blizzard for ladder play. I believe the only difference are these destructible rocks, or the only major difference are these destructible rocks at the plausible third base, but really there are other bases available. You can kind of hide them in various places. There are about 100 places you could expand to on this map if you wanted to be sneaky. It looks like DdoRo wants to do a Forge Fast expand build once again. This is a pretty good place to sort of wall off against Zerg players if you don't think they're going to 6-pool you, which T-Gun is obviously not. But this is Game 4 in a Best of 5 series. Like I said, between these two players, DdoRo is currently leading. I'll throw up their names there just so you can see that as well. DdoRo is currently leading 2-1 in this Game 4, so if he seals the deal here, he will be our first winner for the UnderlineENT King of the Hill series every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. Thanks to all the stream watchers who are watching this live, and to those watching the VODs. You'll just have to tune in next time so you can be part of the experience. UnderlineENT on Twitter and UnderlineENT on Facebook. Go check both of those out. Follow them, tweet at them, like them, comment on their page, do all that stuff, and they might reward you with 20 free unreleased songs, a song package that will debut later on in the NASL. And Underline Entertainment is the official music sponsor of the NASL, and all those songs will be debuting throughout the season, but you could get them right now if you go on Facebook or Twitter and interact with them. They are going to award, I think, I don't know exact numbers, but they're going to reward people randomly, I guess, throughout this show match series. All you have to do is mention the show match, DdoRo, T-Gun, myself, Underline Entertainment, anything you would like to mention, and perhaps you'll win. But now that the game is starting to unfold, the extractor is up before the spawning pool. So Zergling speed, once again, going to be a priority for T-Gun. Nexus is coming up for DdoRo, as you would expect, after seeing that forward pylon, and T-Gun knows all about it. He's here with his drone. He knows what's up. He's going to try and block a Cybernetics core from coming down, but it's actually a gateway, of course. You can't build a Cybernetics core without a gateway. I am stupid sometimes. I actually didn't even realize that DdoRo hadn't built a gateway yet, but now this probe should be shooing away this drone. Photon Cannon number 1 coming down should definitely be a deterrent for any pink drones that are away from home. And got some Lings coming out right now. They're just going to head straight over to DdoRo's base, it looks like. He's not going to be fully walled off yet. Could actually work. They might be able to slip past this cannon into the main. DdoRo, what are you going to do? Are you going to fully wall off? All it would take at this point is a Cybernetics core, so if this gateway finishes and he has 150 minerals, he could just finish the wall off completely and just kill his pylon later on. Back at T-Gun's base, he is getting that first hatch into a lair. He's dropping his hatch at his natural. Going to be caught up with DdoRo very soon. What are you going to build, DdoRo? It is going to be a Cybernetics core to complete the wall off. Totally, completely. Oh, did I just hear it cancel? Wow. Okay, so he is keeping a little bit of a gap for a Zealot to hold position. But right now, if these Lings come in here, I don't know if he sees that this isn't fully walled off, but there is one cannon. All he has to do is stream in through here. He doesn't have his Zergling speed done yet. Wow, he just did a backflip with all his Zerglings. Did you see that? That was crazy. Do it again. But he doesn't have Zergling speed finish. He hasn't even researched it. He went for the super fast lair instead. He does have supply block right now. Oh my god. DdoRo, how did you kill an Overlord? It must have been a scouting Overlord somewhere. I'm not even sure what happened there. I'm sorry. I don't even see, there's no stalkers or anything. I don't know how he could have lost an Overlord. But DdoRo did do a gas steal, quickly finished off by T-Gun there, as well as that probe that started out. And it does look like T-Gun basically just ran back home instead of trying to press through that little gap. He easily could have got in there, maybe killed a couple of probes as well. But just an opportunity missed. He is going to start working on clawing down these destructible rocks at the third base that Blizzard oh so conveniently added. Instead of helping Zerg, they say, no, you have to kill these 5,000 HP destructible rocks first. Or, sorry, 2,000 HP destructible rocks first with your 6 unupgraded Lings. But both players just giving each other some breathing room for the time being. First Stargate is coming up for DdoRo. Looks like he was pretty satisfied with his play in Game 2 with the Phoenixes and the Void Ray. It can be hard to deal with for a Zerg player, but little does he know Let's go ahead and take DdoRo vision. Actually does know that there's a lair up, so that's good for him. What is going to be coming up next for T-Gun? All he's got so far is drones. He's up to 37 now against 32. Actually using those drones now to build some structures. He is making a couple more extractors to support whatever unit choice he goes next. I would imagine a Spire, but he hasn't actually dropped one yet, so there it goes actually, right as I say that, of course. Spire coming down right here at the natural instead of in the main. I always am a little bit intrigued by the building placement of these very good players, but there we go. It is right next to the natural. DdoRo with good pylon spread over here, keeping an eye on all these low grounds and these air entrances to his natural. What's going on otherwise, though? We do have that first Void Ray finish and is going to be gunning down an Overseer. He did actually get a look at everything, I believe. Also throwing down 2 more gateways. About time. He is not going 1-1-1. Instead, he's going 3 gateways, 1 Stargate. I'd be surprised if he didn't just keep cranking out these air units. Back home at T-Gun's base, he did get supply block there, so he's building 3 Overlords at once. Spire about 60% done. That'll be here soon. Another Queen building. It looks like he is trying to prepare as best he can for the incoming air invasion from DdoRo. This base has been cleared now. No more destructible rocks. So he could expand there if he wanted to, but I think he's just going to keep pumping out some Queens to be able to deal with any Void Rays and Phoenixes that show up here soon. I'm not even sure where that Void Ray ended up. Where are you, little Void Ray? I see the 2 Phoenixes, but I don't see the Void Ray. Did it die? Could it have died somehow? 275 resources lost? I believe a Void Ray is more than that. Sorry, I just totally can't find his Void Ray. There it is! Hey, Void Ray. Destructible rocks. Of course you're gunning down the destructible rocks 13 HP at a time, because you're a super badass Void Ray and you do a lot of damage. Back home, though. Wait, did he have that attack queued? He did have an attack queued. Oh, he's going to come kill his pylon next. I guess. I don't know why he's got an attack queued. Wait, where is that going? I can't really tell. Either way, oh, it's just right back here. He's not actually attacking his own units. That's good. That's always good. 4 Phoenixes in here for DdoRo, though. Sorry for that little sort of tangent. I got sidetracked, but these 4 Phoenixes unable to really do anything. It looks like T-Gun really does not want to die to air once again. He's got a lot of Mutalisks up. He's getting Flyer Attacks level 1 and Pneumatized Carapace to keep his Overlords safe with their faster movement speed. 11 drones coming along as well. Gosh, 11 drones, that is quite a lot. 56 Harvesters now against 48 from DdoRo. Back on the production tab, don't want to miss anything there. +1 ground weapons coming along. Twilight Council coming as well. So perhaps DdoRo will actually just abandon his air plans, as now he saw all those mutas and the many queens that T-Gun's got up. T-Gun, once again, is an Australian player for any Aussies watching this cast. He is representing your country right now, whether you like it or not. And DdoRo, I believe, is playing from Canada. He is a South Korean living in Canada for the time being. I might have him confused with someone else, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. And yeah, he's just going to try and take some free shots at those mutas. If you don't know, Phoenixes can actually kill mutas in much larger numbers. Say something like 10 Phoenixes could kill 15 mutas very quickly because of their run and gun, and they are faster than Mutalisks as well. So all they have to do... Wow, that was a terrible, terrible timing for a pop-up, but... either way, Phoenixes can just bounce in and out off of those mutas and kill them very, very quickly. Let's see what DdoRo's got going on back at home. He's getting some more cannons up outside of this 3rd Nexus, and the Phoenixes are in position to kill off some Overlords. There is 1 Queen here, which is going to be lifted and killed very, very quickly. I don't see a Spore Crawler in the line, but all these Mutalisks have shown up now. There are 9 of them against 5 Phoenixes. Way more than 5 Phoenixes now, 7 Phoenixes. They are actually killing off Overlords and Mutalisks at an alarming rate. Actually, if they're not even focusing anything except Overlords right now, he's just trying to block his enemy, but transfusions go down. The Phoenixes sort of nullified there by those mutas and queens, so not bad defense at all for T-Gun, but I have to believe DdoRo is switching gears. He's no longer building any air units. There we go. We see the Templar Archive finished. Templar coming in now with Psionic Storm and Blink both researching now, so good tech switch there from DdoRo. He realizes air is not really going to be an option anymore. Hatch number 4 coming down for T-Gun. DdoRo's 3rd Nexus is finishing up. Let's look at the Harvester count just out of curiosity. We have 65 Harvesters for T-Gun, 56 for DdoRo. Bunch of Queens right here getting absolutely destroyed. Was that an Infestor as well getting killed off? All these mutas trying to respond, but the run and gun tactics here. Oh, great fungal on these phoenixes. That is one way to deal with them. All those phoenixes die to the fungal and the mutalisks and the queens. Great little fungal there before those phoenixes are able to escape. I like that a lot, but no more air units being produced for DdoRo, and I would be really surprised if he built any more throughout the course of this game. Psionic Storm is done researching. He's already got, well, I say done, but it will be done before anything else significant happens. He's already got 3 High Templar here, just gaining energy. He is going to need 75. Obviously, Tal'Darim Amulet is no longer in the game, so that was a good move by DdoRo to get those guys in early. +1 armor researching for all of his units, +2 weapons should be coming along next. Wow, he is going to build another Phoenix here despite that great Infestor Mutalist combo that T-Gun actually just had. Lots of Speedlings just floating around, just being Speedlings. They always remind me of a school of fish when they're running around on top of the creep like that, but hopefully you can see why I would think that. What just happened, I'm not sure if that was a Ling or a drone, but it just got popped by those 3 Phoenixes. Here's another Ling just running for dear life. He does not want to get lifted and be off the ground when he finally does die. Photon cannons being warped in once again. Minigun keeping up very, very well with that harvester count of his Zerg opponents. 71 harvesters for DdoRo, 73 for T-Gun. Back to the production tab. Couple of mutas, couple of Lings against an Immortal, +2 ground weapons. Spore crawlers ×2, chasing away these Phoenixes. They're not going to be able to get that queen kill if it stays nearby those spore crawlers. Nothing much coming on back here, just one of every kind of unit that you can think of. A couple more pylons being dropped. I'm surprised DdoRo is not at max supply yet. He's actually been more or less untouched throughout this entire game, and it's taking him sort of a really long time to get up to a max army. He's at 1-1 upgrades already, +2 weapons coming along. He has been quite busy with these Phoenixes. Let's see how many of these actually have together. They have 8 total among 3 Phoenixes. Here comes a 4th. Graviton Beam did kill whatever the hell that was just now. Couple more drones being picked off in transit to their 4th base. He does know about the 4th base already just by flying over it multiple times. Look at this big army. Maybe the fact that he doesn't have any Colossi in the mix is making his supply count seem lower as he is slowly climbing up there. However, T-Gun is max, so there's really not a lot he could be doing otherwise than attacking. He does have a lot of Infestors here with max energy or close to it. A lot of mutas, a lot of Speedlings on the ground. I'm expecting some very, very sexy fungal growths coming on to these many, many Blink Stalkers and these Immortals. Immortals not so good against this unit composition. There are no armored units among these. Speedlings, of course, do counter Immortals quite handily in those large numbers. Phoenixes, not sure what they're going to be able to do either with some great fungals from these Infestors. There are 8 of them. Oh, good pin down of the Phoenixes. They should all go down here. Mutalisks are just so slow. DdoRo coming along. Whoa, game kind of had a little bit of a hiccup there, but it should be good again. Coming along, trying to drop a forward pylon, but all these Lings here should be running in to try and engage here. That was actually a pretty good spot for T-Gun to have tried to engage. Instead, he suicides 2 of his Infestors. There go the fungals on everything else. Storms dropping on DdoRo's army on top of all the Zerg units, the Speedlings, and the Mutalisks. These Immortals taking so much damage from those multiple storms, and the Speedlings all dying to the storms. DdoRo looks like he does have the advantage after coming out of that storm and fungal massacre that just happened. He has a lot of Stalkers still with plenty of health and Blink on his side. I think he is actually going to head back home instead of trying to continue on here. That's kind of interesting to me that he's actually going to back up here. He does have an Observer along for the ride, killing off creep tumors as he goes, but check this out. T-Gun has units just kind of all over the place, dropping hatcheries all over the map. He's got Overlord spotting. DdoRo basically just getting more upgrades. Ground weapons level 3 coming along, lots of Stalkers coming along. I have a feeling if he just maxed out on Templar and Blink Stalkers, he'd probably be able to win this game. But T-Gun back at home has a lot of Roaches out now. He did kill all those Immortals, so that's good. That's a good unit choice, I believe. 11 more on the way, 5 Corruptors and a Greater Spire and Baneling Nest both being made right now. Glial Reconstitution and Ground Armor level 2 coming along at the same time. T-Gun doing a lot of spending. He does still have 2,400 minerals in the bank, so if this next engagement proves to be bad for him, he can still remax pretty quickly. He's at 199 supply against DdoRo's 155, so that's pretty surprising. T-Gun actually could do quite a lot of damage if he just moves quickly. Harvester count still way in T-Gun's favor, 86 over 80. Now we have another engagement, but it doesn't look like T-Gun was paying attention. He does not want to engage just yet. Now we see the roaches starting to come in. There are no sentries among this group, but Storm dropping all over those roaches, killing off a lot of lings as well. There are a lot of roaches and a good fungal on those blink stalkers. I'm just going to keep them highlighted so we can see their health, but all the roaches dying off to these storms. Infestors trying to do what they can. Not enough energy for any more fungals. The upgrades are more or less even. Oh no, the roaches are actually very low on upgrades while these stalkers are at 2-1. Of course, this Immortal cleaning up 22 kills on a single Immortal. That is just nuts. This Archon has 2 kills already from those High Templar that merged to make it. DdoRo really cannot continue here, though. Check this out. 46 Speedlings and 5 Broodlords being created right now, remaxing so very quickly here. And look at this huge batch of roaches. Tion might want to actually try and drop the hammer now while he has this huge unit advantage. He's getting adrenal glands, so he will be seeing cracklings here soon. That's always kind of a rarity. But Blink Stalkers, unimpeded by fungal growth, going to do a lot of damage to these very low upgraded roaches. Now the Broodlords and the Speedlings getting in the mix. He might score a couple of free Stalker kills here. The Phoenixes are going to be shooting away at those Broodlords here soon, but right now it looks like T-Gun actually doing quite a lot of damage with these Broodlings and the roaches. Couple of storms going down, not the best storms ever, but the roaches are actually moving forward. The Broodlords still safe back in their lofty heights. Not enough Blink Stalkers actually kill those off, and T-Gun looking like he might actually chase DdoRo all the way back home with this force. I have to agree with that decision, as he is 100 supply ahead effectively. These Lings have pretty good upgrades as well, 2-2, and they are going to start flooding into this 4th base, it looks like, here soon. Broodlord's so slow and heavy, though. It is going to be a while before they can catch up to these roaches and Lings. Mostly roaches right now against a lot of Stalkers warping in, and that is actually the right decision from DdoRo to get a lot of Stalkers to be able to blink underneath these Broodlords, so they're going to deal so much damage. They have +2 flyer attacks, and their Broodlings have +2 melee attacks. A lot of probes getting caught in transition there. All these roaches going to kill them off freely. 198 supply against 113 still. This looks very, very good for T-Gun, very, very bad for DdoRo. He can blink up on the high ground eventually if he gets in trouble, but this is still just so many forces. He'll need to kill all of these roaches before he gets a shot at these 5 Broodlords. 2 Phoenixes in the back here. No anti-air, interestingly, for T-Gun, so these Broodlords actually are prone. This base should fall, but we have another attack going on simultaneously. A bunch of roaches over at the 3rd base of DdoRo, so even if he does hold this off, he's going to be crippled economically. He is down 100 supplies still, warping in more and more Stalkers. Like I said, that is the right choice, and the Broodlords are getting thinned out finally by these Stalkers and Phoenixes in the backs. That Nexus does fall, so DdoRo is down a base. Oh, the Stalker's going to go down as well, but the Broodlords, they had fun while they lasted, didn't they, ladies and gentlemen? Lots and lots of Speedlings and Roaches still flooding in here toward the middle of the map. He needs to continue this assault, or perhaps just regroup and do one big, huge attack with everything that he's remaxing with. 24 more Speedlings coming along, as well as Ventral Sacs and melee attacks level 3. These Roaches are going crazy killing probes right now. There was another engagement over here in the middle of the map, and T-Gun's lagging out right now, but he did win that game. So now the series is tied 2-2. We are going to get to see a Game 5, everybody. Isn't that exciting? Hope you guys enjoyed that Game 4 on Tal'Darim Altar Ladder Edition. Let's see who is actually going to take home the win in Game 5.